What's up, comic book world? Super duper Sean here, and I'm back with another anime recommendation. And I just want to give a shout out to Studio Habare, cause they are back with another smash hit. Yeah! The same studio that brought you Tekken Bloodline, High Card, Assassination Classroom, and Classroom of the Elite now brings us a dark fantasy, upbeat, humorous anime. Only 3 fully dubbed episodes by the time of this recording, along with a respectable 25 manga volumes. Written by Yura Urashibara, so we have a lot of content to look forward to in the future for Tougen Anki. Now, I'm going to say this off the rip, off the muscle, off the back. This anime reminds me of one of my favorite animes of all time. Yes, I said it, of all time. Giving me vibes of the goated Jujutsu Kaisen. But before I lay down the comparison, let's analyze the storyline of Tougen Anki. Tougen Anki documents a war that has been going on for centuries between the Oni and the Momotaru. Yes, I said Oni. If you're an anime head like me, you have heard that word before in shows like Oni-Pan, Claymore, and Yokai Shadowside Oni-O, just to name a few. The word Oni, also meaning hidden or concealed, was used to describe all supernatural entities in early Japanese culture. But as the language evolved, some entities began to get their own name, like the yokai, which in America we would basically call it a wandering spirit. So how does one become an Oni? Well, the legend states that when wicked humans perish and end up in one of Buddha's hells, they become an Oni, releasing all their jealousy and hate on any human that has met this same fate but did not transform. Newsflash! The Oni is just one big freaking hater. How you gonna torture me for eternity because you went to the same places I did but transformed? Like, that's my fault. So because you transform, you feel like you gonna make my stay in Buddha's hell way worse than it already is. Man, come on, man. The next and final entity involved in the war from the anime and manga Tougen Anki is called the Momotaru. Now, in Japanese folklore, Momo as in peach and Taru as in eldest son. Now the story is told, a woman found a giant peach floating down the river, and a baby boy was found inside of it once they tried to eat the fruit. The boy said that he had been bestowed by the gods. At 5 years old, he cut a big tree down with a small knife. Later in his adolescence, he fought hundreds of Oni to protect his village. Now you have some brief history on both of the major parties in this anime. Let's talk about the roles they play within it. The Momotaru created an agency for all descendants of the original Momotaru. These agents have enhanced strength along with godlike agility. They can create and manipulate mist. The black mist is sacred to the Momotaru clan. Check out this scene where the main MC gets snatched out his bunker full of weapons by what looks like smoke, but is in fact the Momotaru's black like mist. Anyway, they turned this black mist into all types of artillery, armor, whatever they see fit while in combat. The Momotaro Agency is the more ruthless of the two because they are the hunters. It has been said that they have snatched and experimented on Oni babies as young as birth. The first Momotaro agent that we come across is none other than Momoyo Satomir. He is hunting our main character, Shiki. After pulling him from the window, he tries to finish him off, but Shiki's father, Senpai, is there to save him. Driving him to safety, we then learn that Shiki's dad is an ex-Momotaro agent who just wants to live a normal life, wanting the Oni and Momotaro to live in peace and harmony. He retired the day he found Shiki, who was abandoned by his parents. Momoya is highly skilled, a commanding officer at the Momotaro Agency. He tracks them down fast, where Shiki's father will be killed trying to protect his son. This moment would send Shiki into berserk mode. Now, berserk mode is when an Oni releases his full power without restraints, resulting into a loss of memory and a complete change of the human form. In the berserk state, the Oni can create whatever weapon and how many weapons it wants. During berserk mode, the Oni shows its full true form. And trust me, Mama will not miss this face. Shiki survives the battle, but by pure luck. A much younger Momoya, and this fight is over before it starts. Shiki's father, Senpai, lay on the ground bleeding out from multiple stab wounds. His final words to his son was to get stronger so you can fight both agencies and truly take hold of your freedom. Before Shiki can properly grieve the death of his only parent, he is unconscious and tied to a chair. Yes, the Oni Agency has found Shiki, and if he can pass some tests, he will be training with others like him, getting stronger and one step closer to fulfilling the promise he made on that fateful night. Early in the video, I made some comparisons to JJK. There are a lot, but I will stick to the main few. First off, there's a school where they train young students. We all know JJK and the infamous Jujutsu High, where they would take young students and teach them how to use their cursed energy. At the Oni school, what do? They develop and control Oni blood. And y'all know what they call the blood? It's called cursed blood, you guys. Cursed energy, cursed blood, And if the cursed blood, cursed energy stuff is just not enough for y'all, it does not sell you on it, on the influence, take a look at these outfits, y'all. Take a look at them. Now, y'all can't tell me these outfits ain't been influenced by my people at Jujutsu High. I see Tougen Anki tried to get a little bit more snappy with it and put an O on the back. I think the O is probably for Oni. And if they're trying to be sacred and be secret, why would they advertise the O on the back? It's like y'all giving it away. If they see anybody with the big O, they're gonna know, hey, that's an Oni, because they're the only people walking around with a big O on their uniform. Come on, man. Like, yo, Oni means hidden, concealed. And y'all walking around with literally Oni name tags on. That just doesn't make sense to me. So the outfits definitely are influenced by JJK to me. That is a great thing. We all learn from each other. If you are into anime or Japanese mythology, folklore, then without a shadow of a doubt, this is the manga/anime for you. It's high energy, funny, action-packed, with a story that has some history behind it. And if that somehow doesn't pull you in, then it being JJK's little witty baby might pull you in for sure. Yo, this is Power of Comics. I am your gracious host, Super Duper Sean. This has been anime recommendations. For the first 3 episodes of this anime, I give it an A+. I love Tougen Anki. I will be watching this anime to the end, and if it gets up and gets any hotter, if it heats up and gets any hotter, I might have to pick up the manga and spoil it. Y'all know how we do. Hey, I'm your boy, Super Duper Deuces.